Hey everybody. So today we're talking about when you stop people pleasing. I am a recovering people pleaser. I'm still recovering actually. I want to talk to you a little bit about why we people please, how to stop, and what happens when we stop. Our whole lives, right, we've been kind of programmed to make people around us happy. You know, if we hurt someone's feelings, we go out and apologize. Our parents teach us to do that. If our dad comes home and he's angry, it's because of what we did. And so for him to be happy, we behave in a different way. When we get married, we think it's our job to make sure that our husband's happy. We do things to make sure he's happy. We clean, we cook, we buy his favorite things not because we want to, because we think that it's our job to make other people around us happy. Our whole lives, we've been programmed to think this way. I can even tell you from working in a salon, right? Like I thought as a new hairdresser, my job was to make sure my client was happy. So I did everything I could around them to please them. So my whole life, I've been conditioned to make other people happy. So I'll tell you what happens when we do this. When we are trying to please other people, when we think it's our job to make other people happy, we also believe it's other people's job to make ourselves happy. So we've got it backwards. We please because we think that we're worth more if people around us are happy. We think if they're happy, then we're happy. We've got it all wrong. So I want to tell you a little bit. We get to this space, and I see a lot of people hit this wall when they become a grown adult, a lot of times after they have kids, because we've made our parents happy, we've tried to please our husband, and now we have little children that we think we're supposed to make them happy. We get to a point where we hit this like wall. It's like this, we feel bitterness, we feel resentment, we're miserable, we're unhappy, we're cranky, we're burnt out. We're exerting so much energy trying to please people around us, and we are not meeting our own needs. We're not taking responsibility for our own emotions. We're not creating our own joy. We're left helpless. We're left powerless. We're doing everything we can to please everybody else because subconsciously we think that if we make them happy, then we will be happy. That's why you're miserable. That's why you're cranky. That's why you're burnt out and just blah. That's why you're just going through the motions, because you've hit this place where you're just full of resentment and bitterness. Okay, so here we are. We're right here. How we get out of this? We want to break down this belief that to feel joy, to feel happiness, we need to make other people happy. What if we believed that we created our own emotions? So there's two different ways we can look at this, right? There's the emotionally complete person and there's an emotionally incomplete person. Right now you're collapsing over the emotional load you're carrying. So think about a woman and she starts putting on a backpack, right? And so then we start taking on people's emotions, right? Our husband. So let's throw a boulder in there. There's my husband's emotions. He might be angry. Yeah, I'll worry about that. And then my kids, they're frustrated. I'll worry about that. Let's keep loading up the backpack, and we're just being totally weighed down, right? This emotional load. And therefore, we can't be free. We're carrying this backpack full of everyone else's weight and emotions and thoughts and beliefs, and we're not taking inventory of actually what we believe. We're just thinking that we need to please other people. So the emotionally complete person, this woman takes total responsibility for her emotions. She understands that what she thinks creates how she feels. It has nothing to do with the other person, right? The husband and the children, they can think, they can believe, they can feel, they can be mad, they can be sad, they can be angry. It has nothing to do with how we feel, okay? We are dependent on ourselves to create and generate the emotions we want to feel. If we want to feel joy, we can create joy by the way that we're thinking. This is an emotionally complete person. We're not seeking that validation. We're not seeking that approval. We're not seeking to please other people. We're not dependent on anyone outside of us to feel any way we want. On the flip side of that, there's the emotionally incomplete person. This is the person who is, dare I say, needy. We are totally, what's the word I'm looking for? We are totally dependent, thank you, brain. We are dependent on other people's feelings. We are dependent on how other people respond. We've delegated our emotions to other people. We determine how we feel based on other people's emotions. As you could imagine, that leaves us incredibly powerless. That leaves us sitting around and waiting to feel better. We're just stuck. We're burnout because we've spent the majority of our adult life trying to please other people and do everything to make other people happy, that we're burnout. We have no energy, nothing left to give. We're just sitting and waiting to feel better. We're helpless. Can you relate to that? Okay. So now that we know that we are responsible for our own emotions, that we take ownership for how we feel, and we generate what we want to feel, we don't need to people please anymore. Right? If we know that we can generate any emotion we want, if we know that who we are and how we want to feel is genuine and real, then we stop trying to shift and change. I think I used this reference last week in the video of Maui from Moana, right? He's a shapeshifter. He's like, oh, this person is a little more strict, so I'll pretend to be more strict. And oh, this mom, she lets her kids eat organic stuff, so I'm going to pretend like I give my kids organic food and whatever, right? Like we've tried to change and shift and put on different hats for different people around us, and we're exhausted. And through that process, trying to make other people happy or make other people feel comfortable around us, we've lost ourselves. We've forgotten who we are and what we want. And what you want is to be genuine. You want to be true to yourself. You want to create your own joy, your own passion, your own creativity. That's what you want. And you haven't allowed yourself to do that. So, to stop people pleasing, we find out who we are. We find out who we want, and we realize very quickly it's not to please everybody else. It's to become true to ourselves and to become more of who we are, and to take responsibility from our emotions, and to let our family be exactly as they are, and for us to show up and be ourselves and love them right where they are. So it's a little people pleasing 101. As a recovering people pleaser, I feel for you. I've been there. I'm still there a lot of the times, and we're learning to come out of it. So if you would like to take a deeper look at these beliefs you have about people pleasing, it's decades of belief systems. It takes some time. It takes a professional to help you pull them apart so you can start seeing what you want to see. You can start creating the life you want to create, not based on how other people respond to your behavior. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next week. Bye.